Hey guys, welcome to Moto Talk. We're about to step into a whole new segment called Moto Talk Aftermath. It's where we break down the crashes that we've seen in last week's races, and we're going to talk about whether or not these riders are injured, healthy, or what's the update on the whole situation. So let's just hop right into it. Now, we know there was a whole lot of carnage that occurred in Detroit now, but I really want to step into the first thing. Jeremy Martin's accident in the heat race. I think it was 250 heat number one. Jeremy Martin suffered an insane crash, basically knocked him out. But we got some good news about it because, he was waving before they took him off the track. And then here we also have like a social post where he's making a comment about it as well. Thank you to everyone who checked in on me and wished positive vibes after my wreck in Heat 1 in Detroit last weekend. I am okay and back home going through the concussion protocol. Big thanks to the medical team for getting over to me so fast. It was funny because a lot of the comments were saying that he needed to retire from supercross or he's too old for this, that, and the other. And I don't necessarily see that. I mean, I think he's a solid rider. He has some really standout nights. He's been in the game for a while. He could retire if he wanted to, but I feel like as long as you're healthy and you can make good decisions and ride smart, you're good to go. It was a freak accident. When you look at the playback, he just got squirrely in that whoop section. It threw him, it twisted midair and just smacked him right into the face of another whoop. Why don't we just go ahead and break down the 250 main event crash that included, I don't know, half of the field, but I think the three or four people that you could probably talk about in one subject was Seth Hammaker, Cameron McAdoo, Tom Vialle, and good old Evan Ferry. I think Evan Ferry may have got the worst of it, to be honest with you. I mean, all three of those riders are perfectly fine. They've basically posted, said they're okay. They're not happy with it. I know Tom Vialle made a post that said he, wasn't the way he expected it to go, but, he was okay. I'm pretty sure Seth Hammaker's bike was just busted up. He couldn't finish the race, but he was okay. He was a little banged up, but he was okay. Cameron McAdoo ended up finishing the race just fine. Evan Ferry, I think he posted a video where he talked about kissing the wall.
Yeah, I just wanted to give everybody an update. Obviously kissed the wall a little bit last night, and obviously whacked the noggin a little bit, but we're all right. We're physically intact, and head's feeling a little bit more clear this morning. So thank you for everybody reaching out, and yeah, we'll see you guys at the next round.
Everybody was basically fine. Nobody was injured from that crash, which was crazy in my opinion. Well, I've watched a couple videos and I've tried to research about the red flag rule, and it seems there's like no real red flag rule about how many riders can go down. I think it's all about where the rider is. Is it easy for the medical team to get to them? Because I've seen a lot of comments about why didn't they red flag this race? It was dangerous. They should have restarted it all. But when it came down to it, the majority of the riders that were injured, or nobody was really injured, but the majority of riders that were down and couldn't avoid anything were already off the track. So it really didn't make a lot of sense to red flag it. I remember, when we go back to a red flag where I honestly want to say I think it was either Cameron McAdoo crashed horridly in a rhythm section, like right on top of a jump, and they had to red flag that race because it happened so early, because he was in the middle of the track and there was no way for the Alpine medical crew to actually get out there and take care of him without being in the way. They couldn't move him at that point. So it's fluctuated. I think it was a decent call, but at the same time, I know a lot of people were upset. They wanted that restart, but I guess it just didn't fall the way we expected it to. A few other things that happened. I'm pretty sure Chance Hymas, he said he had a light injury in the main event where he crashed a little bit, messed his knee up, and I think he's going to be healing from that. I think he has a break from the East Coast, so he's going to heal from that, but he should be back. Well, that's enough about the 250 guys. Let's talk about some of the 450 guys crashes. They weren't as much as 250. They weren't nowhere near as exciting, but we do have some pretty good clips. Let's jump into those. So probably the first one that jumps out to me was in the 450 LCQs that involved Cade Clason. So, Cade Clason, he's always out there. He typically gets to the LCQs, but he, almost always gets to the main event. He's a really solid rider at the end of the day, but he kind of got cut off a little bit. I think the guy bobbled right into him, knocked him. He went wide and just over the finish line into the soft dirt, and it just threw him right over the bars. He did have a post about this. So he says, how you think it's gonna go versus reality. It happens sometimes. You're at the bat, and sometimes you're the ball. Bummer deal. No one's fault. I'm all good. Really appreciate all the messages. Kind of got overwhelmed with them and ignored a lot. I'm sorry, but back to work this week. Go team. So, he's good to go. He's solid, man. And it seems like he has a really positive attitude about it, too. So, Cade, we're looking forward to you killing it in the next race, man, for sure. So, the next two clips, they're really not that big of a deal. It's Malcolm Stewart, which, gosh, guys, I love Malcolm Stewart. I want to see him do well. The kid has no luck. the kid has no luck, man. I swear he has no. He was running like 6th place. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he tries to cross over in the whoops to pass Anderson on the inside. Hey, that was a bad idea because he got loopy in the whoops, ran off the track, hit one of the tough blocks, and just lost it. Sad story, bro. And then the other one's Cooper Webb in the heat race. Cooper just plays in the sand, man. He lays it down. I mean, he looked good all night, but he lays it down in the sand like he's just chilling at the beach, bro. But yeah, I mean, Cooper Webb looked solid. It was kind of like one of those little floofy little crashes that just happened, man. You just kind of take your eye off the ball for a sec, and that's what happens. All right, guys, that's it. That was the first episode of Moto Talk Aftermath. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. If you've got crashes that I didn't talk about and you want to talk about, throw them in the comments. Mad love, and don't forget, I'm your guy Sly, and we'll see you on the next one.